are getting juicy today because we got some dating horror stories, bad dating experiences. I feel like we've all had one, and if you haven't, just consider yourself very lucky. Okay, let me know what's in your cup. Cheers. Oh, that's fresh.
I had been on one date with this man, and I got right in that group chat after the first date telling the girlies, I think this guy is great. I had such a nice time with him. We had so much fun. We had a lot in common. I could not wait to go on a second date with him. A week or so later, he finally texts me and is like, hey, are you free Sunday for brunch? I'm like, yeah, great. That Saturday night, he sends me this text, are you still up for brunch? Yes, I'm still up for brunch. You're saying that 5 p.m. on Saturday, brunch assumingly would be Sunday noon 1. Yeah, what are you thinking? I could come your way if you know a good spot.
Maybe I'm just too chill, but I'm not that bothered by this right now.
Okay, let me do the heavy lifting for you, buddy. So I give him a list of these places and I add, not sure if any take a res, meaning, hey buddy, I'm giving you 3 options of places I'd like to go, but you are gonna have to do the footwork to determine whether or not they even require reservations. A lot of brunch places don't, or what the deal is. He says, oh, the Dutch eye. Not even sure what that means. Like, oh, is that a plan? No. So then that morning I get a text from him, howdy, how does 2 sound? I never heard back from him the night before, so what do I say? Oh, when I didn't hear back last night about a reservation or anything concrete, I made plans for this afternoon. You cannot, for a second date, try and make plans the morning of.
There's a lack of communication on man's side. I'll say that for now.
Even less than 24 hours. Like, your girl is busy. We are not sitting around waiting for you to reach out. Goodbye. And so what is his response? Okay, cool. He, I think, got the point. But either way, I was like, this has to be like one of the laziest attempts at putting a second date together. Like, bro, second date, what are you doing? You missed out is what happened. Sorry.
I feel like the girlies are gonna hate me for this one. I don't know if I'm just too chill, but it really didn't bother me that bad. He's offering to come to you. He's asking what's around the area. Maybe my standards are just set too low. But for a second date, I don't think there's a problem with discussing and choosing together where you go. What do you guys think about this?
Update on my horrible dating life fail. I ended up going on a date with a guy I said I wasn't gonna go on a date with. Went over to his apartment for a pool day. Everything's going well, we're vibing. After about 4 hours, he's like, hey, I want you to meet my friends. And I'm like, okay, cool. Go over to their house, meet his friends. They ask if I'm coming to the party later. I'm like, no. He's like calling me an Uber right now to leave. It's awkward for 5 minutes. And then he's like, I'm canceling your Uber. You should stay and hang out more. I want to spend time with you more. And I was like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
But if I stay, I want to order more food. And then he's like, okay, well, just so you know, some people's girlfriends are coming over. And I was like, cool. Not expecting it to be his girlfriend or a date he invited. I get back to his friend's house. Start talking to the girls that are sitting on the couch. We find out within 2 seconds we're on a date with the same guy. They're like, we're gonna leave. This is not the vibe. They invited me to come with them to a bar and hang out.
You're
get
kidding.
drinks. So both of his dates left and went and partied together. We got drinks, ate some pizza, sent him a picture of us making out.
Are you that lazy that it's oh, I need them both to come to my friend's hangout to this today? You can't just take them, you can't just go on a date with them different days of the week, different times, maybe pursue one, see how it goes, and then if that doesn't work out, you try and take the other one out on a date. He's trying to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, a 2-for-1 deal.
I don't want to take too much of your time up, but I do have a story time. Last night I took a girl out on a date.
Take our time.
I haven't dated in 3 years. And I think this story might add to the reason why I'm made to be single the rest of my life.
Oh,
I picked this girl up. She wants Mexican food. I love it. This is off to a great start.
Okay.
I love Mexican food. We get to the Mexican restaurant. We are vibing. I'm telling you, vibing. And here we go. Here's where it starts.
He's very enthusiastic about it at first.
So, they have $10 margaritas. If you're of the drinking age, you know margaritas, Mexican restaurant equals peanut butter and jelly. Vibe, mix and match, baby. So yeah, these are large margaritas, $10. Is that not expensive? Maybe it's not. It is to me, because, golly. Anyways, here's where this goes. We get 2 down each. They're great margaritas. Great margaritas. We're having a great time. Great conversation. She proceeds to order 8 more margaritas. By the time this woman was getting, you know, I'm cool with you drinking. I'm cool with paying for it. 3 to 4 maybe. I mean, baby, they're $10. Once she gets to 5 or 6, I start giving her. She don't care. I swear to you, this girl was, she was a fish. She was a fish with how she was drinking these margaritas. I was in shock. By the time she got to 6, 7 and was like kind of normal, I guess. It was a first date. I think she was normal. I don't know, but she didn't stop. And then here's where it hits me. I don't do math well, but I do know that 8 margaritas that are $10 each equals $80 on your end without tax, without the food. Are you kidding me? So I get this check. I pay for it, and I'm about to cry meanwhile while I'm looking at this receipt. I sign it. You know what she proceeds to say? She goes, I had the best time. I'm sure you did, Sally. You can't even probably walk straight right now if we stand up out of this booth. You just ordered. I'm single for life, man. Screw this. Screw love.
That was great storytelling, I gotta say. 8 margaritas? Huge $10 margaritas? I'm on the floor. You're gonna have to carry me out probably. By the sounds of it, she didn't even offer to pitch in. At that point, if I'm comfortable ordering 8 margaritas at $10 each, I would probably offer to put in. Like, I'll buy the drinks, you buy the food. Something like that, you know? What do you guys think? I need everyone else's opinions on this because I feel like we all might feel very differently about these stories.
Sorry. Went on, I think it was date 2 or 3 with this girl.
Sir, speak up.
And she asked the question, she was like, oh, are you gonna get any more tattoos? And I was like, yeah, I want to get my legs and my stomach and pretty much fill in all the blank spots minus the neck and face. And she just looked at me and she's like, oh, if we were to date, I wouldn't be able to deal with that. And I was like, what do you mean don't deal with it? She goes, oh, I'm not a fan of tattoos. But I was like, have you seen me? Like, I'm already pretty much got a lot of tattoos as it is. And she's like, yeah, but I'm not really a fan of them and whatnot. And I was like, why are you even on a date with me then? And she's like, well, I find you funny and you're still attractive, but that's a bit of an ick. And I was like, okay, so you're on a date with me. I have a lot of tattoos and it's an ick. She goes, yeah, but I might be able to look past if you don't get more. And I said, I'm going to get a lot more. I was like, besides, I haven't even seen you without makeup. How will we even know if we're going to progress? Safe to say, we did not go on another date. She called me rude, which maybe I was a little bit, but still. Her.
That is really bizarre to me. I don't know why you would ever go on a date with someone covered in tattoos if that is an ick to you or if it's gonna bother you if you get more. No common sense there. Actually, my ex was tattooed from like here down. He's a tattoo artist. He's covered in tattoos. So that's like me. We were friends for many years. We grew up together. That's like me being like, hey, you wanna go on a date? And then going on a date and then being like, oh, but like, tattoos are kind of an ick for me. Why are you here?
These are weird things that have happened to me on first dates, part 1 of unfortunately many. Starting off on a bold note, my date asked me for photos of my outfit options so that we could match. To be clear, we were in no way attending an event that required matching fancy outfit. We were in fact at a raunchy, greasy bar. Number 2, within the first 10 minutes of this lovely walking date, this man admits to owning a Reddit account where he speaks about women and his male parts. Unfortunately, I had to run home from this date to immediately attend an emergency, which was protecting my sanity and my safety. Moving on, number 3, my date was super keen to get us into this fancy restaurant, but there was sadly no more availability. Reservations, overrated. When returning to the host stand the 3rd time, this man begins to explain that it is our 5-year anniversary. You bet it was showtime, baby. There was no shortage of hand-holding, calling each other babe, talking about our friends who are getting married soon. It pains me to admit that point number 3 and point number 1 were in fact the same date. Last but most certainly not least, I sat across from a man who served himself a portion of rice with his bare hands. I haven't recovered from that one today. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you.
I don't know which one is the worst, but it might be the rice one. I feel like table etiquette is a big thing, especially when dating. I wonder what my table etiquette's like. I should ask Matt. I mean, I can't be that bad. 4.5 years in, you know? On our first proper date, I hope he still talks to me after this. And then, bro. why is there a pile of French fries next to her entire plate? And then once I saw how the corn flew off, that probably isn't the first time. And that's what booted off the fries from the plate. Does this stuff bother you? I know a lot of people get bothered by eating habits, whether that's chewing loudly. Sometimes people get the ick with how people eat or cut their food or mix their food or whatever. Would this bother you?
But why is it 97? 90s?
Because the food's not that much, the drinks. And you got plus service charge. So this is how much it comes up.
Do you mind? Yeah, I'm not sure if I
Buying too much.
Yeah, it's quite expensive.
You saw the menu, innit?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford it. Is there a possibility that, I mean, she can go and I'll wash the dishes at the back?
I have to ask my manager for it. I'm not sure about it.
Because I can pay for some of it on my card, but I don't know if I can pay for the rest.
Then maybe you can do it cleaning after.
Yeah, I don't mind
dishes.
Yeah, wash the dishes. I think that'll make sense because, yeah, I don't think I can afford this.
Okay, let me just speak with my manager quickly.
Is this real?
Okay, cool. And let me know what
Maybe we can do that.
Yeah, let me know what he says. Alright then, cool.
Oh, if that's real, listen, I actually feel kind of bad. How embarrassing would that be? And they're even saying she can go. Can I stay and do dishes? I would feel so bad. I would offer and be like, no, don't worry. How about we could split it, or I could pay for it this time? Like, I would never just film that and let him have that whole conversation without being like, no, I'm not going anywhere. Like, especially if they're like a nice guy, they took you and you had a good date, and he genuinely just didn't realize it was gonna cost that much, and then he didn't have the funds. POV, we broke up during our 5-year anniversary meal. Oh no. Okay, well, I feel like a friend has joined you at this point, because it can't be the boyfriend filming you as you're sitting there crying and they're laughing.
Slay!
This was my first date with this guy. You're out of your mind. What he did with the sauce, like I would feel sick. I think I would have to leave the table. I'm not even kidding. Chicken wings on a first date? That's a risky move.
So I got stood up on a date tonight. I show up to the bar and check my messages and he's unmatched me. But you know what? The bar gave me a free drink and a shot. So
Yeah, girl.
everything's fine. I love dating in London and yeah, have a good week everyone. Happy f***ing Monday.
Chug that drink, take that shot, take the shot and chug the drink as the chaser. That's what I'd be doing.
I literally just hopped out of a moving car because I was on the date from hell. Okay, like when I tell you I didn't even wait for this man to pull over, he was over an hour late for our date. Over an hour late to our date. I should have known then to just cancel the shit because you're not
100% should have just canceled. An hour late, over an hour.
respecting my time. However, I overlooked it because I'm like, oh my God, I've known this person since high school, you know, and he's communicating with me, letting me know like, hey, I'm going to be, you know, this amount of minutes late. Like, you know, he's
Okay, I take it back. Okay, there was communication involved. All right, stuff happens. People are late.
calling me, texting me, letting me know what's up because there's traffic. You know, we live here in LA. Shit happens. He's coming off work, whatever. So I was cool with it. I was like, all right, cool. You're being communicative. Like, I'll still continue the date. He comes to pick me up over an hour late. And when I get in the car, we hug. Hey, nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Like, you know, good to see you, right? And then I let him know, like, hey, like, you're an hour late. Like, next time, like, please don't show up so late because, like, I won't, like, go on a date. Like, I was being firm. I wasn't being a bitch. I wasn't being condescending. I wasn't yelling. I wasn't being aggressive. None of that shit. I was just letting him know, like, hey, I'm a very punctual person. My time is valuable to me. And if you're going to tell me you're going to be here at 6 o'clock, don't show up past 6. Okay, don't show up at especially 7 o'clock an hour later. And do you know that this man turned his car around? It's like, I'm taking you back home. Like, who do you think you are telling me that I can't be late picking you up to a date? I drove 30 minutes to pick you up and I paid for these tickets and blah, 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 blah. And who do you think you are? Who the fuck do I think I am, sir? Like, this is why they warn you, don't ever date the person that has chased you for a long time, that has wanted you for a long time, because they're usually crazy. I jumped out of a halfway moving car tonight because I could not get away from this man fast enough. And I left his door wide the fuck open and he like busts a bitch in the middle of the street and like peels off. What the fuck is wrong with you, men? Are you seriously mad because someone told you don't be an hour late to picking them up? The woman that you've been chasing for over 20 years finally gives you the time of day. I feel like this is one of those moments where he had it in his mind the whole time to play in my face because he wanted to get back at me from 20 years ago or something. Now, mind you, this is not an ex. I've never done anything to this man. I've never slept with him, never kissed him, never like curved him in any type of way, never played with this man's emotions. But I feel like because he didn't have access to me for over 20 years, when he finally got the opportunity, he wanted to like show me who's boss. Okay.
Y'all, I am just not team girly on some of these. I'm not even kidding. Part of me believes you didn't say it in a very kind way. And I'm trying to put myself in that perspective. You had a date at 6, fine. I totally agree. It's polite to be on time. I 100% agree. So I'm him and I bought tickets to something for our date and I'm picking you up and I'm driving 30 minutes. And there could have been 30 minutes of traffic, which means it's really put me behind. I'm in traffic. There's nothing I can do. And I roll up after making that drive and I roll up and I've communicated to you like, I'm sorry, I'm running this late on this. I've let you know and you still agree to go on the date. And then I pull up and the first thing you say to me when you get in the car is, next time, don't you dare be later, like I won't go on the date. Yeah, I'm not gonna, like, I'm not gonna take that in a good way. Let me know your thoughts on these dating stories and also let me know your own, okay? No one's, what am I trying to say? No one needs to feel ashamed here, okay? I got stood up, I got my own dating fails, I got lots of them, okay? I'm out of here though. Stay classy out there, stay sassy, and I'll see you tomorrow.